What if the very thing you are proudest of is exactly what is slowly destroying you? What if the armor you spent your entire life building to survive the world is now the exact cage suffocating your spirit? What if your celebrated, fiercely guarded independence is not a sign of strength at all, but the deepest, most terrified cowardice hiding in plain sight? Feel the physical weight you are carrying right now. Notice the tension sitting quietly at the base of your neck. Pay attention to that low, constant hum of anxiety in your chest when your morning alarm goes off. You wake up, you handle your problems, you pay your bills, you fix everyone else's crises, and you never, ever ask for help. You are the strong one. You are the reliable one, the one who has it all together. But at 2 a.m., staring blindly at the ceiling in the quiet dark of your bedroom, there is a distinct, undeniable sensation of being entirely hollowed out. You are not just tired. You are bone-deep exhausted by the relentless performance of your own invulnerability. Look around us. We live in a society that fetishizes the self-made, the stoic, the lone wolf. We are taught from a very young age that needing someone is a dangerous liability. We applaud the person who needs nobody. We romanticize the grind of doing it all alone. We look at total self-reliance as the highest peak of human maturity. But think about it. Really think about your own life. This hyper-independence is not a natural state of human thriving. It is a trauma response. It is a defense mechanism masquerading as a virtue. At some point in your past, relying on someone else proved to be unsafe. You reached out and there was nothing there, or worse, there was pain. So you made a silent, unconscious vow. You decided, in the quiet theater of your own mind, that you would never be placed in a position of vulnerability again. You became a fortress. You built walls so high and so thick that disappointment could never breach them. And it worked. You survived. You achieved. You protected yourself. But here is the strange part about fortresses. The exact same walls that keep your enemies out also trap you entirely inside. Carl Jung, the pioneer of depth psychology, spoke endlessly about the concept of the persona. The persona is the mask we wear to navigate the external world, the character we play to ensure our safety and acceptance. For you, this persona is the impenetrable rock. It is the person who says, "I've got this," even when they are actively drowning. But Jung also warned us about the shadow. The shadow contains everything about ourselves that we reject, deny, or push down into the unconscious basement of our minds. When you over-identify with the persona of absolute independence, you banish your deeply human need for comfort, reliance, and care into the shadow. You pretend you do not need to be held. You pretend you do not need a shoulder to cry on. But repressed energy does not simply vanish. It ferments. It grows twisted in the dark. This is why you feel a sudden, inexplicable flash of rage when someone offers to help you carry a heavy box, or why you feel a bizarre resentment toward your friends for not checking on you. Even though you explicitly project an aura that says you never need checking on, you are starving for connection, yet you aggressively bite the hand that tries to feed you. This is the profound violence of self-improvement when it is detached from self-compassion. We treat ourselves like machines that just need software updates to run more efficiently. We think if we just read one more book, optimize one more routine, build one more boundary, we will finally be safe. But you cannot optimize away your humanity. The exhaustion you feel every single day is not physical, it is psychological. It takes an astronomical amount of psychic energy to constantly maintain the illusion of absolute control. You are burning through your life force, just trying to keep the walls from crumbling. Let us shift our gaze to the East. In the ancient philosophy of Taoism, there is a fundamental understanding of how energy moves through the universe. Lao Tzu, the legendary author of the Tao Te Ching, observed a simple but shattering truth about the natural world. He noted that men are born soft and supple, and in death they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant, and dead they are brittle and dry. Therefore, Whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. Your hyper-independence makes you stiff. It makes you brittle. You are trying to stand against the chaotic storms of life like a rigid iron pole. You think that your unbending nature is your greatest asset. But when the winds of tragedy, loss, or sheer exhaustion blow hard enough, iron does not bend. Iron snaps. It breaks catastrophically. Water, on the other hand, is the highest good in Taoist thought. Water is completely soft. It has no structure. It is the very definition of yielding. Yet, water can carve through solid mountains of stone. It overcomes the hard and the strong, precisely because it does not resist. It flows. It adapts. It allows itself to be shaped by its environment while slowly shaping the environment in return. What would it look like for you to become like water? What would happen if, just for a moment, you stopped resisting the fact that you are a fragile, interdependent human being? The true paradox we must confront is this: authentic autonomy and real freedom are never found in isolation. True strength is found in the terrifying, conscious surrender to our inherent reliance on the world and the people around us. This is a terrifying proposition. For the hyper-independent mind, letting go feels exactly like dying. It feels like stepping off a cliff in the pitch black. The ego screams at you. It tells you that if you drop the armor, you will be betrayed, you will be humiliated, you will be destroyed. But this is the lie. True individuation, the Jungian process of becoming wholeheartedness, that we integrate our shadow. It demands that we walk down into the basement, find that terrified inner child who believes they have to do everything alone to survive, and bring them back into the light. It requires us to look at our own trembling hands and admit, out loud, I cannot carry this by myself anymore. Think about the sheer relief of that admission. Imagine the physical sensation of the armor dropping to the floor. Conscious surrender is not weakness. It is the sharpest, most piercing form of courage available to a human being. Weakness is hiding behind a wall because you are too afraid of being hurt. Courage is standing in the open field, entirely exposed, knowing that you might be hurt, but choosing to trust anyway. It is the radical act of allowing yourself to be witnessed in your inadequacy. We must unlearn the toxic myth that needing others means we are incomplete. The Zen Buddhist perspective of dependent origination teaches us that nothing exists in isolation. A tree does not exist without the soil, the rain, the sun, and the worms. To say the tree is independent is an absurd delusion. You are no different. Your existence is tied entirely to a vast web of relationships, seen and unseen. To fight this reality is to fight the universe itself. To accept it is to finally put down the sword. Start with the smallest fractures in your daily life. When someone asks how you are doing, and you feel that automatic "I'm fine" rising in your throat, swallow it. Tell the truth, say, I am actually really struggling today. When you are overwhelmed with a task, do not grit your teeth and push through. Stop, pick up your phone, ask a friend for help. Not because you cannot physically do it alone, but as a deliberate practice of dismantling your ego. Notice how your body reacts when you do this. Your heart will race. Your palms will sweat. Your mind will tell you that you are becoming a burden. Observe that fear, watch it burn, and then let it pass. You will find that the sky does not fall. People do not flee from you in disgust. In fact, you will witness something entirely miraculous. By revealing your own cracks, you give the people around you the unspoken permission to reveal theirs. Your vulnerability becomes a mirror for their own hidden exhaustion. You stop being a fortress and you become a home. The path out of your exhaustion is not to become stronger. The path out is to finally allow yourself to be soft. It is to recognize that the burden of unfulfilled potential, the chronic stress, the isolation, they are all symptoms of a life lived entirely on the defensive. You have fought a long, brutal war against your own need for connection. You have been a brilliant soldier and have survived. But the war is over now. You can take off the uniform. Life is not a test of endurance to see how much pain you can carry alone. It is an invitation to participate in the messy, beautiful, chaotic exchange of giving and receiving. Yield to the current, let yourself be held. The moment you stop trying to carry the world, you will realize the world is actually quite capable of carrying you. If you made it to the end, comment "I dropped the armor," and I will personally reply to you. And if this resonated with you, subscribe to be part of this and leave a like if you enjoyed it.